22 years ago, we were first introduced to Kratos as a broken man who was constantly tormented by the pain of loss and regret. Someone who couldn't sleep at night due to the haunting memories of his family's blood spilling the blades of a corrupted husband who saw only war and destruction in the eyes of his own flesh and blood. It's a story about a man who goes on a quest to defeat a god of war under a false promise that he will be redeemed, forgiven by the gods that stand over him if successful. However, after being used, manipulated, and lied to, the gods tell Kratos that his soul is irredeemable, and he must live with this horrible burden of guilt. As a response to this, Kratos attempts suicide, but just when the sight of peace and silence to the voices that plague his mind finally become visible, the gods revive him and decide to use him as a tool. A weapon fueled only by the sorrows and anger of a broken man who just simply wants to end his own suffering. What I love most about this story for all the games, not just God of War 1, is it's a story about a man who undergoes every possible trauma someone could go through and manifests it into hatred and aggression towards the gods that lied to him, the gods that kidnapped and tortured his brother, the gods that cursed his mother, the gods that manipulated and corrupted a loving father into a power-hungry barbarian that slayed his own family. The final game in this saga ends with Kratos going on a journey of death and destruction as he brutally kills each and every one of the gods that deceived him, each death having a consequence for the earth and the innocent lives that inhabit it. In the final cutscene of the game, we see a devastated Kratos look ahead at the destruction he's caused, as an excited Athena cheers him on behind as she selfishly asks for the power of hope to be granted to her instead of the tortured innocent civilization that has been affected by this petty conflict. However, in a moment of realization, Kratos sacrifices himself as a vessel of hope for the people, so they can finally live their lives free to put their faith in their own humanity instead of giving it to the tyrants that have ruled over their lives for centuries. The story ends as the selfish ghost of Sparta finally learns how to be selfless and open his heart to the suffering of man, as he crawls away into the abyss, leaving a trail of blood behind. Okay, so if that's where the story ends, how come we got 2 new games when combined are longer than the entire Greek series? Well, because the story isn't over. Kratos may have done a good deed and saved humanity, but the guilt of his regrets still eats away at his conscience. The story of God of War isn't just about a man who defeats powerful deities and explores ancient mythological landscapes. It's also a story about learning how to forgive yourself and move forward as someone new, someone better, someone who inspires hope. Throughout the Norse saga, we're shown a completely different side of Kratos. Instead of a violent murderer, we're shown a caring father who desperately wants to protect his family from a world ruled by vicious gods who embrace the exact same traits of his past self before. However, this time Kratos is intelligent and wise enough to understand that these gods are nothing more than broken people, cursed with their own delusional perceptions of what it means to be a god. My favourite example of this is Thor. On a surface level, he's a cruel, spiteful, and arrogant demigod. However, behind the hammer is a depressed alcoholic who desperately wants to feel loved, feel respected by a family that looks at him with pity and shame. He's a man who's been manipulated by his own father to not explore his humanity and ideologies because of his own superficial understanding of what it means to be a god among men. However, all it takes to reform him and help him see the light is one conversation with Kratos. Just one interaction with someone who could understand the lie, understand the false reality of godhood, and show him a much better alternative path that leads to everything he could ever want as a father, husband, and respected leader. In God of War Valhalla, we get the opportunity to see the development this character has gone through, to go on a journey through familiar lands and see him experience past events with new perspectives. However, the most powerful moment in this expansion is at the very end. Kratos, with the help of his friends and allies, preparing to confront this demon, this evil behind this large wooden door. Throughout the whole DLC, we collect the best loot, strongest runes, highest stats, only to realize that the enemy we've been preparing to face this whole time can't be defeated with our blades, axes, or spears. They can only be defeated with a simple belief, an ideology that things will get better, and to abandon the past so we can accept the future for what lies ahead. When Kratos opens the door, he sees his past self, sitting on a throne like a cruel king planning his next sadistic move, as he stares back at his future self in an almost pity of the man he's become. However, this time, Kratos is not afraid. He's not frightened of the temptation of rage and retaliation against the people that have done him wrong or are going to do him wrong. He closed his heart to rage and opened his heart to the peace he's wanted for so many years but denied over and over again. The conversation that follows is a beautiful, almost Shakespearean speech about shame, regret, guilt, and the ultimate fear of a desire you're told you can never achieve. But yet we still try. He still tries. Kratos finds peace by staring at a statue of Pandora, reminding him of a powerful belief that allows him to see the light and strength in himself to overcome temptation and move forward not as a god of war, but as something much more powerful. My favourite moment in this series is when our hero turns around to see that the vicious god of war in his mind is gone, vanished from the throne that represented tyranny and destruction in the eyes of everyone who recognized its symbol. What makes this so powerful is it shows that sometimes the most difficult enemies to face can't be defeated with the weapons we hide behind. Because they exist in our minds, they know us too well, they understand our every weakness and vulnerable trait, which makes us fear these demons even more. However, what Kratos shows us is if we have the courage and strength to face these demons, we might just realize that they're powerless over us, because the weapon we use to combat them is hope. A hope that we will find peace and redemption. A hope that we can find the light and strength in our minds to overcome temptation and not be slaves to the regrets that cloud our minds. A hope that we can be better and stop being sorry. Hey guys, thanks for sticking to the end of the video. Just to give you guys a quick update on the channel, I think I want to take a little bit of a step away from these essay style videos because, to be honest, the black suit video was just kind of like a passion project I wanted to pursue anyway. And after making this video, it's kind of brought me to the realization that this type of content is only going to be saved for special occasions when I really want to talk about something. So to make up for that lack of content, we have 3 boss ranking videos planned in the next couple of months. I can't really give you exact dates on when these videos are gonna come out, I can just give you a little hint of what they might be. The first one's Last of Us Part 2 Remastered, as I love Last of Us Part 2, it's one of my favourite games. Anyway guys, that's all the time we have today. If you enjoyed the video, perhaps give it a like, comment, or subscribe. Maybe check out some of the other videos I've posted. This one on screen is amazing and I think you'll love it, especially if you enjoyed this one. Thanks for watching my video and take care of yourselves. I'll see you in the next one.